Billie Jean, Michael Jackson. You gotta see a nigga moonwalk. Now wait on my, I'm waiting on my bus, my first bus at that. Um, as you can see, my hair's all discombobulated. No, I ain't no Rasta man. I'm just growing it. Just growing my hair, man. As soon as black people start growing their hair, they be like, "You Rasta man." I'm like, "Damn, nigga, Rasta man, the only man that can grow their hair. Rasta man can't be the only man now. Move on." Nah, man, we can all grow our hair. Feel me? It's amazing. They have already solidified the name itself. Rasta Man. They already took the name. Like that's why it deserved the respect that it do. But right now I'm at the bus stop. Anyway, waiting on my bus. Feel me? We don't know what games these niggas gonna play. You know they narcissists. God knows. Only God knows what's really going on ahead of them. Only God knows what's really going on in the head of them. Said I'm already ahead of them. Anyway, check, man. As I was talking earlier about, I mean, we can talk about narcissists all day and different topics. You feel me? I was talking about the quality of the so-called high-value men. I mean, it irritates me. And you have these women talking like, well, yeah, my man can have more than one woman. I'm like, that's cool. If the man was open enough to come to you and he respects you enough to come to you and have a discussion with you. I don't know why the bus is taking long. Now we're going to talk about this topic. If the man was respectful enough to go to his wife to talk to her, bitch about to kill herself trying to prove something to me. See? Yeah, word up, ho. Like you try to kill yourself with some bullshit. Anyway, if your husband is responsible enough, who's a high value man, who came to you and said, "Hey, honey, you feel me? I'm a high value man. I have a big appetite." I guess that's what high value men do, have a big appetite. They have expensive taste. So he said, "Yo, I think I want another female." Like, like the Bill Gates kind of thing. You know how Bill Gates' wife allows him to go to see his ex? It's crazy. Like, I do not agree with that at all. But okay, I respect him because he kept it real with his wife for his wife to allow him to do these things. Now, if your man does that to you, that's not cheating. That's something that you kept it open with your wife to have that kind of relationship. There's a word for it, open relationship. You feel me? Or if your man, another high value man, who is responsible and respectful enough to go to his wife and tell his wife, his first wife, "Hey, what's good, baby? I think I'm a what do they call it? Polygamy, whatever they call it, where you can have multiple wives." Cool. You feel me? Practice it the right way. Y'all don't have a threesome in the bed. No. You have each turn with each woman, and you have to be, he's a high value man, so it means you can be able to take care of that woman, and you can be able to provide for that woman right there, and they still work as a unit when it comes to the kids, and one wife help the other wife out, when it comes to birth and everything else like that. That is cool, but it's a way to go on about it. But some of you niggas, y'all not high value. It's hard enough trying to take care of yourself. Now you want to have multiple women. You struggling, my nigga. Imagine me I can't even afford to take care of myself, and I'm trying to add a bitch on. Like, come on, yo. Y'all niggas is tripping. Hey, how you doing? This is the 120? Oh, nice. It usually comes. It comes later. That means I'm gonna be here for a while. When you hear that word, a lot of traffic, yeah, that means Jeff, he gonna be here for a while. So Might as well get deep into the topic, but let me wait on the lady. Feel me? Hold on. Hold up. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Anyway, we knew they was gonna play this kind of games anyway, so it is what it is. When you compete against certain people, expect certain things to happen naturally. Anyway, let me get back to my story. So if your man, if your man comes to you respectfully or responsibly, tell you these things, it's okay. But then you got a nigga like me who is making, you're not making that much money, my nigga. Imagine me trying to get, I find it difficult and even providing for myself. That's one. Then two, you're supposed to provide for your woman too. That's two. That's two. Then three, you find it difficult to do that, and you're gonna add another bitch onto that. Now you cheating on your wife on the side. The extra money that's supposed to go to the family, you using that money to entertain other women. Come on, man. Like a high value man is supposed to already have set up his kids' college fund. You're supposed to have extra savings on the side for rainy day. You're supposed to have emergency money. You're supposed to have money in stocks and real estate. Everything got to be taken care of before you even entertain the next woman. You feel me? Like your money's supposed to be so long that you can't even buy the next woman a car type shit after you taking care of your responsibility. That's the kind of high value we talking about. You feel me? I'm not there. I ain't gonna lie to myself and act like I'm a high value man and I got all my shit in a bunch and I have all the tools like money to help me cultivate the things that I need to cultivate. But most of you niggas is lying to yourself. You feel me? For you to think that you can actually be a high value person, you think you one of these niggas, you not a Bill Gates nigga. Even Bill Gates can't even pull that off. You feel me? That's why he got to sneak, because the public wouldn't even accept that concept. The only reason why it's even acceptable for us to hear that concept is the fact that he divorced his wife or his wife divorced him. And we find out all about this story. But for him to run a company like Microsoft and we hearing stuff like that, we gonna be like, what the fuck? The only person that can pull that off is probably Donald Trump, because he never apologized about who he is, and he's not trying to be Mr. Perfect. He's like, yo man, listen man, I am who I am. You're gonna accept me for me. You feel me? But it's like that concept is not accepted by society. The reason why men sneak off to do certain things from their woman, because they know it's wrong. The reason why people will attack you behind your back is because they know that is wrong. The reason why women do not disclose, well, nowadays a woman would disclose that shit on Facebook or whatever, like, yeah, I slept with 10 men. That shit sound, as soon as she opened her mouth and altered those words out, she looked disgusting right away. You feel me? At first, if you see a picture of her before you click on the video, you be like, and you don't even see the title. And you don't even see the title, and you like, okay, she look pretty. You feel me? She look good. Until you hear what she's saying, she's an Instagram. Let's just say she has an OnlyFans, and she like, well, I slept with this amount of guys, and she talking that kind of talk. It's like, it's a total turn off. It's like, who will want that kind of woman? You feel me? Honestly, who will want that? You feel me? And that's what I was talking about. Like, I'm like, yo, it's certain things certain men will stand for, because that's the kind of atmosphere they want to create. They want to have multiple women just to feed their ego. When they bored, sometimes they don't feel like the man. They want to have these kind of women to come suck their dick up to just amplify them into a better feeling, because they rely on these things. It's like a supply, some narcissistical again coming in. You feel me? Saying niggas need to be around a woman or a girl to boost their ego, to make them feel like they, you know, like, yeah, I had sex with this girl today. Whoo, I bust a nut. Cool, like that shit makes you feel good and everything else like that. But these girls or these women are not disposable. The way you using them, like they're trying to persuade the public to think that that kind of behavior is all right, and it's not all right. We see the same kind of men when they have daughters, all of a sudden they have a change of heart. All of a sudden they don't like what their daughters is wearing. I'm like, my nigga, you've been promoting this kind of behavior your whole fucking life. Now you have a daughter, because God have to show you, karma comes around. Now you have a daughter Niggas going, like, you feel me? You teaching your daughters everything, what not to do and what to do, but yet you was promoting that kind of life for other women. You feel me? And this whole culture of hoe is life. Most of these women don't have daughters, because if they had daughters, they wouldn't teach their kids how to do these things. And when they do have daughters, behind closed doors, they telling them not to do these things. You feel me? So it's kind of a lot of hypocrites going on, and they know that life, that kind of attitude does not go anywhere. You feel me? That's why when they talk about this high value men should have choices, I'm like, okay, cool. High value men can have choices. It's cool, you can have choices. But at the same time, if you strip away the money and your resources and your car and everything else like that, would you attract the same woman? No, you're not going to attract the same kind of woman, which means she's not worth what you attracting. She's nothing, honestly. If my car attract that woman into my car, then that means she's only attached to me, to my car, which means the car is a bridge between me and her. And once that bridge is destroyed, which meaning there will be a gap or a void between us, she's going to be unhappy and unfilled. I don't want that kind of woman. I'm sorry. I cannot trick myself to want that kind of woman. You feel me? What kind of niggas are y'all that y'all don't see that? You feel me? Anything can happen. You feel me? Anything can happen. You can lose it all. You can lose it. You feel me? Would you think she gonna stick by you and fight with you? She ain't no Gucci man's girl. When he went to prison, she must have still saw potential. She was like, let me see the paperwork. He gonna get out this time. I can still fuck with him. But when he get out, we gonna do this, we gonna do that. There was probably still some kind of operation going on. Let's just say a man loses his all. It loses it all. Like the stock market crash. The nigga was millionaire, millions on top of millions. Y'all was going to islands, renting private islands. You feel me? All kinds of shit. Then the stock market crash. They lose everything. Would you still be that woman? You feel me? This is the reason why I believe that you shouldn't show your girl or show your girl or any kind of girl your kind of finance when you first meet her. You just shouldn't. You feel me? Cause it's like you only attracting her with what you have. It's like Scooby snacks. You see, with Scooby-Doo only got a snack for doing something right. It was a string alone. You feel me? You don't do shit like that. You feel me? We gotta have better, like, that's why this whole culture thing, y'all gotta change the conversation about high value men and high value this and high. I'm like, yo, like we need to look at it from a different point of view. That's why I don't totally agree with Kevin Samuel. I kind of free ride, by the way, free. That's why I totally agree with Kevin Samuel when it comes to saying topic. Not totally, I'm wilding. When it comes to saying topic, I'll be like, he makes sense. It's like you gotta ask your girl realistic question. Just ask her some realistic question. You feel me? Are you gonna go 50 and 50 with me? Like, you feel me? Are you attracted to me because of what I can provide to you? You dig? Like, you know what I mean? Simple questions like that. Like, how much money do you have saved? Like, what does your future plans look like? Simple shit like that. You feel me? It seems like, yo, this is like, I just met her. I don't know what I want to do. But it's like, it's very, very reasonable for you to ask these questions. Because one good day can lead to a one night stand. And that can lead to a lifetime, 18 years of you being together with her with a kid. Feel me? Even after the 18 years, you still got to deal with her because you still got a kid with her. So y'all connected for life, you feel me? But now I gotta wait here. It's crazy. I knew today was Friday. I knew this was going to happen. I just had it within me. Then I'm like, yo, this is my lack of high value. I'm talking about high value men, but I don't even have the high value stuff. Just to put it out there, because I'm relying on a high value system to get me home. It's like every time you compete against certain people, and you expose some people, right? They try to make it difficult on your life and shit like that. You feel me? And it's just the truth. Like, it's sad. It's sad. It's like the truth hurts so much that their reaction tells you everything that I say is the truth. You feel me? It's not like I'm out here fighting them with fists and weapons. I'm just showing them what they've done to me. And they can't even accept the result. You feel me? This is just a top. This shit gonna go on for the. I got 10 more minutes. I'm just going. I went from high value men to myself itself because my life is high value. Let's talk about it. You feel me? They can't accept. Let it pass. Let it pass. They cannot accept what they've done to me. So when I tell my story, they don't want to hear it. It's a man. I wouldn't even put it like that. It's basically what the United States did to the Native American and the African American. You feel me? When these people stand up and speak about these things, they can't afford to hear it. Because a narcissist is someone who does these things, but yet wanted to be buried in the dark. Because himself, herself, itself has buried itself in the dark. And it's only putting on a false self. So only want to hear about false conversation, and everything has to be false. You feel me? So once you bring the truth to fruition, it does not want to hear about it because it can't afford to face something that it created. It takes the concept of Frankenstein, Dr. Frankenstein. Dr. Frankenstein we could, I told the story already, but we couldn't even tell the difference between Frankenstein and the monster itself. Let it pass. Frankenstein said, I created a monster. But yet, we don't even know the name of the monster. We keep calling the monster Frankenstein, not forgetting that the doctor's name is Dr. Frankenstein. But we never knew the name of Frank because we cannot separate the monster that Frankenstein created from himself. The whole concept of that story was that Frankenstein is the monster. Written by the woman, by the way. A woman wrote that story, so you could just tell how she was feeling when she wrote that story about her own husband. Like, this nigga done created a monster. You feel me? So the concept of it is that they don't want to hear what they've done because they created a monster that they can't face. They made up a lie that they cannot face. That the lie that they've created is the monster itself. The monster is the Frankenstein in them. The monster itself is the narcissist. You feel me? It is what it is. Like, that's why I always gotta tell my story. I gotta tell it the way I tell it. Because if you don't tell your story, if you're not that Frankenstein that tell your story, right, then he's gonna make it seem like he didn't create that monster. You have to be able to tell your story. You feel me? Hold on, what is this? No, that's not it. You have to be able to tell your story. You can't just brush it away. That's not it. That's the fall. Man, this is bullshit, man. I ain't even gonna ask. Feel me? You have to be able to tell your story. Feel me? Every time I compete against them, this is what happens, man. They always gotta. That's what narcissistical people do, man. Like, they just don't know how to accept the loss. They just don't. Like, you feel me? Just take a look at the behavior and see what's going on right now, and you see it for yourself. It's that scapegoat shit that I was talking about earlier, and that's what they're doing. They cannot help themselves but to be themselves. You know what I mean? Frankenstein couldn't help himself but to be himself. You think a beautiful person. Do you think a beautiful... Hold on, let it pass. Do you think if Frankenstein had a beautiful mind, had a righteous mind, do you think he would create a monster like that? You can only make, or you can only treat people how you want to be treated or how you are. So a narcissist only projects what he is, and when you see his final product, it tells you who that person is. So if you see me and I'm a victim of a narcissist, and you be like, damn, this nigga, like, this person got, look at me, I got hit in the face. You feel me? But because I love myself, I have not allowed it to consume me. But a narcissist who has a wife, or a domestic, who be in a domestic situation, because most domestic violence happen by narcissists. So If your wife don't look as good as you supposed to look, and you don't take care of her as you supposed to look, you see how it comes back again to the beginning itself. You feel me? If your wife don't look as good as you supposed to, as you see her in your mind supposed to look, she's supposed to have the finest thing and everything else like that. She's supposed to be happy, treated with respect and everything else like that. She's supposed to embody how your mind is, because you're supposed to give her your soul, and she multiplies your soul. She multiplies your ideas. That's what she's there for. She was created to be a helper to you. So if you was to bring destructions, she's gonna multiply that destructions. If you was to bring love forward, she's gonna multiply that love. So you are Frankenstein in your mind, and the only thing you creating is a monster. You feel me? And that's what a narcissist is. A narcissist creates nothing but monsters. His ideas are monster. He turns society against itself. He creates destructions everywhere he goes. He manipulates people into turning against somebody else and dirty his own community. That's what narcissist people do. Is they mind that they projecting out. That's why they make the noise. Boom! And throw garbage on the floor just to compete against somebody else. You see what's going on. You see it for yourself, my nigga. I ain't lying. I'm just pointing out what is true. That's all I'm pointing out. I ain't making this shit up. You feel me? We not making it up. You feel me? How we making it up? But when you have a victim who refused to lose, like myself, the impact is not that great. I still look. They tell me you don't look like the things that you've been through, and I'm like, I appreciate it, because I love myself that much that I didn't let it consume me. You feel me? You feel me? So we have narcissistical people in our system itself, in the United States government, and they try to make this country into dirt. They try to consume this country to dirt. But there's so many people in this country who love themselves that they haven't allowed it to happen. That's why this is the greatest nation in this world. Because you have people on one side and another people on the other side, and they are constantly fighting. Two natures are fighting their ideas, and the nature of good is always winning. That's why this country is still great. That's why after all these years, this country is still prosperous. That's why the dream is still alive. You feel me? This is the reason why, because we haven't allowed a narcissist to win. You feel me? We are not going to allow that manipulative husband or wife to defeat us. Because at the end of the day, guess what? We still in a dancing partner. That's our dancing partner. You feel me? That's our dancing partner at the end of the day. So we are still dancing with them, and guess what? We winning the dance battle. We winning because there is hope. There's always hope. There is always hope. You feel me? You dig? So that being said, a high value man cannot have a disruptive mind. You can't have a Frankenstein mind. You have to have a loving mind. You have to be fair in your judgment. Just because you high today doesn't mean that you take advantage of the situation that you're in. You understand? You have to upgrade everybody that's around you, including your wife. If your wife is not doing the things that she's supposed to be doing, put her in the right class. Put her in a sex education class where she can fulfill you. You have to upgrade people, not downgrade them by bringing somebody else in and diffusing the situation. You have to have a high value mindset. How can you be a high value person and you don't have a high value mindset, and you basing your value, let it pass, and you basing your value on the things that you have. You basing your value on the fast car. Like, that's lame as fuck, my nigga. Like, you feel me? That's what you basing your value on, just like the nigga that passed by? Is that what you're basing your value on? Is that, like, you feel me? You have to upgrade your wife. You have to uplift your wife. You feel me? That's all I'm asking for. I want us to do better. You feel me? I just want us to do better. And this whole high value talk, it's only a select few. It's only a select few. Bill Gates, you already know, that was just an example. Don't take it personal. I'll holla at y'all.